Welcome, Spirit.
Hey, I know Halloween's over, but do you guys have anything left over?
Yeah, we got that guy over there.
I am Belgor the Dark Master, the first of his name, the champion of the undivided ruinous powers. I am not some thing to be sold by some seasonal knick-knack shop.
Well, he looks cool. How much?
I was just about to mark him down. 70%.
Wait, seriously, 70%?
What's up, planeswalkers? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome back to the Moot channel. Today, we join Chaos. Oh yes, extra appendages and baldness await us with today's commander. Belgor, the Dark Master, is a Grixis and 3-colorless 6/5 demon noble that on ETB draws cards and loses us life based on the number of demons we control. His second ability reads, whenever another demon enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. That's why we've loaded this deck up with demons. Now I know what you're thinking. Moot, all demons are expensive. How are we supposed to win before getting run over? Well, that's a valid opinion. But like me trying to finish eating the bulk rare bin at my LGS, it's not about victory, it's about endurance. That said, we do have a plan. We play lots of ramp early, with board wipes and counterspells to buy us time so that we can play out all our demons. We do have a sub-theme in the deck. It's reanimating our demons with big spells like Living Death. It's our plan B if we find that the table is ready with a lot of removal. Before we get started, if you want a commander covered in a video like this, leave it in the comments or join our Discord. Starting out, we have Dream Devourer, as we can tuck our demons into exile for 2 mana, making them 2 mana cheaper and a little safer. Scourge of the Skyclaves for combo. Note, do not play this card out unless we have Archfiend of Despair, as it will instantly die. We plan to kick it and then combo kill the table. I'll explain that at the end of the video. Herald of Slaanesh gives haste and discounts our demons. This is an auto-include. Fargoth Bloodsky Sire is a repeatable tutor. We just need to have someone to safely attack. Luckily for us, he also comes with Death Touch. Aspiring Champion is our only non-demon, meaning if we connect with this card, we are guaranteed to hit a demon and deal some awesome extra damage, while also cheating out that demon. Blood Crusher of Khorne gives out trample to our other creatures and fills the curve nicely. The new Bloodletter of Eclats is a very scary card where our opponents will lose double life on our turn. Exalted Flamer of Tzich may seem like a weird include, but it's flavorful, and we play Time Warp, so it's potentially an infinite turn source. Hidetsugu Devouring Chaos is useful when we're empty-handed, but we really are playing this card because our mana curve is so high that we can quickly threaten lethal with this card out, especially with something like the Bloodletter. Corridor Doomscourge to sow some chaos onto the battlefield, and it's a sneaky source of damage and life gain for us. Plague Drone is to put life gain players in their place, luckily that's not us. Rakdos Lord of Riots deals good damage for its cost, and it ramps us into our bigger demons pretty easily. Archfiend of Depravity we can use to keep the token players in check. Baylor has a lot of utility, and it's pretty cheap for 5 mana. Bloodgift Demon for more card draw, while we can also get political if we need to buy some time. Chaos Defiler is mainly here for the flavor, but destroying a permanent is a bonus. Plus, we do have a way to bounce some stuff. Great Unclean One will drain the table and make us some extra demons, potentially meaning more cards if we haven't played our commander out yet. Heralds of Tzich has Cascade, and there's a good amount of stuff that it could hit that would be useful. Hidetsugu and Kiri draws us cards, and with how big our spells are, most of the time people will not want to kill this card in fear. Master of Cruelties is a fun card for us, but for the rest of the table, they won't think so. Basically, if we hit a player with this card, we can take them out of the game by putting them down to 1 life. Bloodthirster is here to get extra combats when it connects. Burning Room Demon is another creature tutor, but our opponent can throw one of the cards into the graveyard. That's why I would stick to finding creatures primarily with this card. Mortarion Demon Primarch lets us use our pain to pump out more tokens, which is perfect. Rakdos the Showstopper can board wipe. Is the card good? Honestly, flip a coin and you'll see. Reaper of the Abyss can destroy problem creatures, we just need to kill another creature first. Shadowgrange Archfiend is an edict on a body that can gain us some life, plus 8 power with our commander's second ability is pretty deadly. Archfiend of Despair ramps all our damage, and we have that combo with Skyclave to finish the game. Bringer of the Last Gift is a new card from Ixalan that is basically Living Death on a body, which plays into our plan B strategy. Villas, Broker of Blood, makes our pain a gain because we will draw cards when we start losing our life, and we do play pain lands. Hey, Editing Moot here. I forgot to mention Doom Whisperer. Doom Whisperer are playing because it's pay 2 life and it lets us manipulate the top of our library, and since we're playing Villas, that's actually draw 2 cards, or with Mortarion, it lets us make 2 tokens. Our first spell is Stark Ritual. It is to ramp out demons or other expensive cards. Swan Song to counter annoying spells like Smothering Tithe. Counterspell to counter, well, anything. Cyclonic Rift, because the spell is usually a backbreaker late game. Mana Drain, counter anything and then get some ramp out of it for our bigger cards. Persist to bring back our big creatures. Plus, we could bring back the Bringer of the Final Gift since it's not legendary, meaning we bring everything else back, which is always sweet. Chaos Warp to remove an annoying permanent. Fierce Guardianship is a must in a deck where your commander has 6 mana. It lets us tap out for our commander and then protect it or stop a combo attempt. Damnation is an early game board wipe if things get hairy while we're trying to ramp. Living Death so we can bring back a graveyard full of lads and destroy the field at the same time. Patriarch's Bidding lets us return every creature from the graveyard to the battlefield, plus we have ways to throw some of our bigger creatures in the graveyard to make this card better. Time Warp because extra turns is a good way to win or get back in the game. Kindred Dominance is a selective board wipe. Blasphemous Act is usually a cheap board wipe, but another reason why this card's good is because it is very expensive if it's not in our hand but on top of our library for Hidetsugu. Blood for the Blood God is a massive spell that draws us 8 cards and deals 8 damage. If you're wondering why it's 8, that's because that's Korn's number. Starting our artifacts and enchantments, we have the ramp. That's going to be Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Thought Vessel, then Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Dominance, and Talisman of Indulgence. Next we have Dimir Signet, Rakdos Signet, and Worn Power Stone. To finish the ramp off, we're Collector's Vault to drop off big creatures and make a treasure while we're at it, and Herald's Horde Naming Demon to discount them, and we also get some extra card draw if they're on top of our library. For everything else, we have Mystic Remora for early game card draw, Rhystic Study for more card draw, Conjurer's Closet to bounce demons for more damage, and with our commander, we get more cards, Nurgle's Rot to make demon tokens, Sneak Attack to cheat out our big creatures and then throw them in the graveyard for later use, the Apprentice's Folly to copy one of our big creatures. We can do that twice. Liliana's Contract to have an alternate win con that doesn't involve damage. And finally, Portal to Phyrexia to do a mini board wipe and then start reanimating creatures from any graveyard we want. For the mana base, Stua fits your budget best, but Painlands are cheap and a good include with this creature configuration. That said, my recommended land is Rogue's Passage to get in for some sneaky damage, plus we have Master of Cruelties. Now for the combo section, I'll be showing off one of the combos, but there is another. So we'll need a boatload of mana, an Archfiend of Despair, and Scourge of the Skyclaves. We'll start with Archfiend of Despair on the battlefield and Scourge in our hand. Then we'll play and kick Scourge, and each player will lose half their life, rounding up. Now Scourge may die or live at this point, but we'll pass the end step and win the game if Archfiend of Despair is still on the battlefield, because he will make them lose the rest of their life total. That's going to do it for today's deck, and I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how I did, or tell me about your favorite Magic crossover in the comments below. Subscribe or join to support the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.